All right, everyone, welcome back into another PrizePicks video. Going to be touching on the top MLB props today. We have some hot dogs as well, so let's go ahead and get into it. But real quickly, a recap from yesterday's slate. It was a slate in which I don't want to say it went as expected. I always kind of expect to have a decent day, but there just weren't that many good props available on the day yesterday, and I kind of echoed that or put some emphasis on that, I thought. Did get some screenshots coming in showing some success, which is awesome to see. Remember, keep those coming. I'll figure out how to utilize those in the video. But today we are going to have some hot dogs available, which obviously should be a bankroll builder. 3 hot dogs available. As long as they all hit, they should be solid ones. The Aaron Nola one is very interesting to me going against Arizona. He is someone that on the day is already looking like he's going to be one of the best props that we have available today. So if we look at his pitcher strikeout props, for instance, it is somewhat of a deal. Just right off the bat, the average sportsbook line does have it set at 5.5 for strikeouts. PrizePicks and Underdog bumped it up to 6 because that was about a 54% chance to hit. Pretty much when a line gets to over minus 140, PrizePicks or Underdog, they're going to bump them up to that half a point. Okay, so it's no real shock there that they're giving us that bump there. But I do want to call out with Aaron Nola that he's actually going to be one of the best props for pitching fantasy score. Now, this kind of goes like the hitting fantasy score for those of you guys that are familiar with that. Okay, the projection data has been projected to get over the PrizePicks line of 33.5, which is awesome. And then the Vegas line is also suggesting that as well. So if we were to look at DraftKings Sportsbook, I bet we would see that he is favored to get a win, which doesn't really happen. Let's take a peek. Well, kind of. Basically a push there. So still not bad. I mean, that's very rare for us to get that type of line for a pitcher to record a win. But yes, this should be a good prop. But also, we can use that Aaron Nola fantasy score prop potentially with these 2 other ones for the pitching strikeout props. And then we should be good. I'm fine with this. We'll take those. Expecting 2 out of the 3 of the hot dogs to hit like they typically have. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the other good MLB props that we have available on the day. So looking at, we got Tyler Wells for over 2.5 earned runs allowed. We look at the projection data, has it set at 2.42, so not exactly a perfect one. We look at Ruiz here, a decent one here for hits, runs, RBIs, but only 1.74, so still not that good. Okay, it's kind of the point that I was echoing yesterday. It's like, these are fine in a pinch. Like, if these are the best props available on the day, I guess we can take those props. Obviously, we don't love to do that. So there are going to be some WNBA props I'll touch on here in just a second. But let's finish with the MLB props. I think we can look at a couple of hitting props. And so I have the top 3 highlight. These are literally the best props that we're getting on the day. So what are we seeing? We are seeing 2 players from Toronto are going to be good props. I kind of don't mind the idea of stacking those 2 together. I mentioned this a decent amount. The only issue that I have is that the under for all these is heavily favored for the average Vegas line. So yes, Bo, his Vegas line has this projected hitting score set at 9.8, but it's like minus 282. Like, that's not good, but he is projected over 9.23. We have seen this kind of metric work a bunch where the PrizePicks line is under the Vegas projection and under the 9-to-5 projection by 2. Thus, those 2, it's hit a lot. But I'm perfectly fine rolling with these 3. We have seen Trey Turner be much more productive as well recently, too. He's kind of on a heater. If you guys want to bet some under bets, you could do that as well. And then just real quickly, trying to look at some golf props before I get into WNBA. The course does seem to be a course in which there are some good scores out there. Okay, so maybe you could potentially do strokes. I don't know if you would want to do that, but there are some birdies out there. We have seen that. So I would say 3.5, probably the right number. I don't really see a big edge there though. Maybe bet under for Phil. I don't know. I struggle to see Phil shooting well. I don't mind that idea betting the under 72.5, or sorry, betting the over 72.5 for Phil Mickelson and possibly Padraig Harrington. But I don't love any of those too much. Like, that'd just be forcing it in there. So now let's go ahead and get into the WNBA props. And so if we look at the WNBA props, we're not getting that many great ones. I've noticed that the WNBA props are hitting about at a 50% clip. That's due to 2 reasons, I think, because the amount of sportsbooks that are giving these odds out there, there's not that many. And there's just not that many games going on for WNBA on a single day either. So PrizePicks can respond to their line being wrong much faster than they would on a typical, let's say, NBA day or something like that. But still, I mean, we're getting a couple of decent ones. Howard, however you want to bet it, maybe points and rebounds if you wanted to go with that. Projected to really do well. 53% chance for those to hit. Those are just fine. I feel like we'd be forcing those a little bit. We look at the difference between PrizePicks and Underdog. Let's see if we have a couple. We do, but nothing too crazy. We do see Cheyenne Parker for rebounds is set at 9 on PrizePicks, and on Underdog it's set at 8.5. That's kind of interesting to me, given the fact that's only minus 130. only about a 53% chance to hit. But there's not too many crazy lines out there. I will say this is very interesting here. This is probably a good prop to bet on Underdog here. Okay, so look at this. We got Boston here. The PrizePicks line for her rebounds is set at 8.5. On Underdog is set at 8. And then the Vegas line has it set at 9.5. And they are projecting the over slightly. I mean, that's 51% compared to 49%. So nothing too crazy there. But that might be something worth looking at on Underdog. I know this is mostly just a PrizePicks video because we had the hot dogs, but that's something we could entertain. Let's flip it around, see if we are getting any edges anywhere else. We do see a big difference here, but they are heavily favoring the under here for Smith for points. Don't love that one. Yeah, probably just looking at MLB today. So let's go ahead and get into the bet of the day. And I do apologize, guys. I just realized that this game is going to be starting kind of soon. So apologies for that. Darn. I mean, we're just not getting that many great props. If there are any available, guys, I'm trying to think. I could come out with a second video. That'd be probably around 4:30 though. And I don't know how beneficial that would be. I would say maybe on Twitter, maybe on the YouTube comments, I'll put something. We'll see. If there are some better ones available, we'll see. But this is what I'm looking at here. But that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed the coverage, make sure to give a like and subscribe. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cashing.